Every 2 minutes, someone in the United States is sexually assaulted. That means 2 people will be sexually assaulted in the time it takes you to watch this. Today we'll talk to one of the people standing up for victims of domestic and sexual assault. Please welcome Kelly Ann Curran, Sexual Assault Services Coordinator for the Dee Coalition. Kelly Ann, can you start off by telling us what types of things the Dee Coalition does?
Sure. We offer services to victims of sexual assault and domestic violence. We're advocates for them. We can guide them with legal services. We can assist them with criminal justice services. We also provide 24-hour crisis line for anybody who needs to talk.
Do people usually seek out your services, or is the Dee Coalition looking for people to help?
We're a little bit of both. Sexual assault is overshadowed by domestic violence, and it's a very taboo topic still. So I'm kind of getting out into the community and letting people know that there is someone who wants to talk to them, and let them know that we're there for them, that they can come and talk to us.
In the United States, 1 in 6 women and 1 in 33 men are sexually assaulted. What is the first thing a person should do if they're sexually assaulted?
Well, they need to get out of immediate danger. That's the #1 priority, is safety. At that point, they can talk to a friend. We encourage them to call us on the 24-hour crisis line if need be. If they do have intentions of going to the hospital for evidence collection, they shouldn't shower, bathe, go to the bathroom, eat anything, change clothes.
Do they have to go to the hospital? What are a person's options after they're sexually assaulted?
Well, a lot of times some people want to report it to law enforcement, and sometimes they don't, and that's their choice. We want them to make these decisions. So they have a few choices. They can either report it to law enforcement and go to the hospital and get a sexual assault kit done, which is where they collect evidence from the sexual assault. They can go to the hospital and have an anonymous kit done, which is also referred to as a Jane Doe kit, and not involve law enforcement, or they don't have to involve law enforcement or go to the hospital. However, with that being said, it's really important that they still seek some sort of health care for emergency contraceptives, for HIV and STI prophylaxis, and just to get treated for any injuries that occurred during the assault.
What is an anonymous kit?
Sometimes when you're in a crisis or something to that effect has just happened to you, you're in an acute trauma mindset, and it's very difficult to make any kind of decisions. So instead of them having to decide right away if they want to press charges and face their accuser in court, we give them some time, which is up to a year. So they have the option of going to the hospital, having the evidence collected, and the evidence will stay stored for up to 1 year. And they have that year to decide if they want to involve law enforcement. After the year, the evidence is destroyed. However, that doesn't mean that they can't report it in the future. That evidence just won't be available. There's no statute of limitations in South Carolina for sexual assault.
If they do decide to press charges, what can they expect?
Well, us at the Dee Coalition, we're always there for them each step of the way, so we'll guide them through everything. It's a lengthy process at times. Sometimes they plea before it even goes to trial, but there is a chance that they'll have to go to trial. Well, they'll testify in court, but we guide them. We can go to court with them and sit by them and let them know what to expect and help them through it.
And what's it like facing your attacker in court?
It's difficult, but it can also be very, very healing and rewarding to the person. They're taking a stand against their attacker and empowering themselves.
What is life like after being sexually assaulted? Can you go on living normally?
Yes, it's never going to go away, but counseling and support is crucial, which is why we encourage people to come talk to us, even if they never involve law enforcement, if they're an adult survivor of sexual assault. The emotional healing is very important, to just talk about it. And people think that if we just don't talk about it, it's going to go away, but it's not. We need to talk about it, and people need to know it's unacceptable and it's not going to be tolerated.
Well, that's all the time that we have for today, Kelly Ann. Thank you so much for coming to the Morning News.
Thank you.
If you or someone you know is the victim of domestic violence or sexual assault, you can call the Dee Coalition's 24-hour crisis line at 843-669-4600 or 1-800-273-1820. Thank you for joining us. I'm Steffani Nolte. If you have any story ideas for us, you can find me on Facebook or email me at snolte@florencenews.com.